Who is Ray and Alice in Borderland? From her very first scene, the blue-haired newcomer sparks curiosity, calm, sharp, and mysterious enough to remind fans of Chishiya. But as the games unfold, it becomes clear she's not a copy. Ray's quiet resolve, clever thinking, and willingness to risk herself for others make her one of the most intriguing characters this season. Today on MMX Night, we're breaking down Ray's role, her impact on Arisu's journey, and why her presence could reshape the Borderland. Ready? Let's begin. Once again, we're thrown back into the deadly survival games alongside Arisu, Usagi, and a mix of old and new characters. Among the newcomers, one of the most intriguing is Rei, the mysterious blue-haired girl introduced in Episode 2. From the very start, fans noticed something about her: her sharp eyes, her calm voice, the way she carried herself. For a moment, she even reminded viewers of Chishiya, the fan favorite from Seasons 1 and 2. But the more we watch, the more we see that Rei is not Chishiya 2.0. Instead, she's her own character with her own style, her own heart, and her own journey. Rei first appears during the brutal zombie game, one of the most dangerous games in the season. At first, her aura feels cold and mysterious, which makes both Arisu and the audience suspicious. She speaks calmly, almost like she has a hidden plan, and this makes us question if she might secretly be working against everyone. Even worse, when players start accusing each other, some wonder if Rei herself could be one of the zombies. That tension instantly puts her at the center of the action. But unlike Chishiya, who often played mind games and manipulated people for his own survival, Rei takes a different approach. She is calm and logical, but she also shows empathy. Instead of pushing Arisu to sacrifice others, she works with him to find a strategy that saves as many people as possible. That difference is huge. It tells us right away that Rei isn't here to copy Chishiya's cold brilliance. She's here to bring balance, to prove that intelligence and kindness can go hand in hand. The zombie game really tests this. When suspicion builds around Rei, she doesn't fight back with arrogance or threats. She focuses on survival, on staying level-headed even as chaos spreads. In the end, she takes a bold step. She survives by turning into a zombie herself. It's a shocking move, but also one that proves her courage. She's willing to risk her own humanity to make it through, and that makes her stand out as one of the most fearless characters in the season. Rei's story doesn't stop there. After surviving the zombie game, she becomes part of Arisu, joining them in several deadly challenges. In the train game, she shows quick thinking under pressure, helping the team stay alive while others panic. In the Kick the King game, which echoes earlier seasons, she once again proves her loyalty to Arisu, standing by him instead of chasing selfish survival. And in the later possible games, Rei cements her place as more than just another face in the crowd. She's strategic, dependable, and brave, the kind of player who doesn't just want to live but wants others to live too. What makes Rei so memorable is her humanity. While characters like Banda and Ruji thrive on cruelty, using the Borderland as a playground for violence, Rei holds on her dreams. We learn in the final episodes that she has always wanted to become an anime artist. This detail, small at first, becomes powerful. It reminds us that everyone in the Borderland is a real person with a past, a passion, and a reason to fight. For Rei, survival isn't about power or control. It's about holding on to her identity and her dream. By the time the games end, we see Rei finally getting a taste of that dream. In a touching moment, she talks with her mom about the anime project she's working on. It's simple, but it's one of the most human endings in the season. After all the fire, the death, and the chaos, Rei walks out with something that matters to her. She carries both the trauma of the Borderland and the hope of a future she's always wanted. In many ways, Rei feels like a mirror to Arisu himself. Both start out as people doubted by others, both grow through the games, and both cling to something deeply human. Arisu finds meaning in his bond with Usagi. Rei finds meaning in her art. And together, they remind us that the Borderland isn't just about killing and surviving. It's about what people choose to hold on to when everything else is stripped away. Rei may not have the icy confidence of Chishiya or the raw brutality of Banda, but that's what makes her special. She represents a quieter kind of strength. The strength to stay true to yourself, the strength to trust others, and the strength to believe in tomorrow, even when surrounded by death. That's why, by the end of Season 3, Rei leaves such a strong impression. She doesn't dominate the screen through manipulation or violence. She does it by showing that survival with humanity intact is possible, even in the borderland. See you in the next one. Peace.